uncle had passed away in a nursing home. The nursing home had shared that Declan Remington had died peacefully in his sleep. Apparently, Wes didn't believe them. That was why Jimmy and I were standing outside of a nursing home at 8 o'clock in the morning, with a healthy dose of side-eye. "I'm sure it's just one of them stages of grief," Jimmy said, as if sensing my hesitation. "Wes is probably under a lot of stress. He works a big-time job for Gem. His wife is pregnant. He's probably not sleeping well. Then he gets news that his uncle dies, and it's the straw that breaks the proverbial camel's back. He can't deal, can't believe it's true. So, Wes convinces himself it was murder. Because murder is easier to deal with than a peaceful, natural death due to old age?" More skepticism from me. "I don't know. Wes is pretty level-headed. He's the logical one to balance out Jane. Sure, normally. But when a person is stressed and gets emotional news, they don't always react with logic. I figure that's something you probably know already, seeing as you're a homicide detective, and you see people reacting all sorts of ways to untimely deaths." I conceded his point with a shrug of one shoulder. Jimmy pulled open the door to the nursing home and let me in first. The nursing home was obviously supposed to look like a sprawling, welcoming manor. The grounds were well kept, and green lawns rolled away from the building in every direction, like fluffy green rugs. The building itself was all beiges and bricks, very inoffensive and unexciting. I couldn't help but think it felt more like a penitentiary. There wasn't a lot of personality. People weren't out wandering the grounds. Sure, it was 8 a.m., but it was quiet, eerie almost, despite the pretty sunshine. And I couldn't shake a sense of foreboding rolling down my spine. "Can we make a pact?" I asked Jimmy as we entered an almost sterile white environment. Jimmy lowered his voice, leaned in close. "If either of us end up in a place like this, we shoot each other?" "I wasn't going to go that far," I said. "I was thinking maybe you get Jane's kid to take me in or something. But okay." Jimmy cracked a smile. "Don't worry, Rosetti. I don't plan on living that long. All that chicken and donuts gotta catch up to me sometime. If you keep talking like that, I'll consider shooting you," I said. Lovingly, of course. "You're going to live to 120 years old. Non-negotiable." "I don't know. Retirement is looking pretty good right about now." Jimmy sniffed, and I wondered if he was noting the scent of lemony cleaning products. "I might as well live my life before I get put in a home." "You'd be bored out of your mind if you retired," I said. "Plus, the paper chain around your office is longer than ever. I had to practically swim through rings to get to my desk this morning." Jimmy muttered something that sounded like trucking Russo. I snorted a laugh. "You won't be laughing when I burn those chains on my last day in the office," Jimmy informed me. "Mark my words, Rosetti. You're going to be crying at my paper chain Viking funeral when all of Russo's work goes up in literal flames." "That sounds like a threat, Jimmy." "Damn right." We reached the front desk of Sunset Acres. The lobby was welcoming, but in a way that was trying a little too hard. Too much white, too little faux greenery. I got doctor's office vibes, and that was being generous. I just didn't feel right thinking the word asylum. And yet there I was, thinking that word asylum again. A 20-something Asian woman waited behind a sleek white desk. She patiently watched us approach, looking so pretty, so perfectly still. It was almost Stepford in nature. Her black hair was cropped in a fresh bob, and she wore an all-black business suit. She smiled with rose-red lips, her nails long and clicking on the keyboard. She didn't stop typing until